Today we are starting logical reasoning section in detail. Logical reasoning have many sub chapters. I have divided into sub chapters according to the importance of questions which came in the CSIR-NET exam. So today we are starting sequential ordering. Before that, I will just give you an idea. These are the major three types of question we can categorize. Just for the sake of categorization, I am categorizing it like this. There are different ways of categorizing. I am just categorizing. Normally in aptitude question papers, whichever competitive exam you write, these are the three major things. The importance may differ in competitive exams, but for CSIR-NET, these three types are there. Quantitative aptitude, that means number and logic involved aptitude. Logical reasoning, that is what we are discussing from today. That means purely logical situation. Data interpretation, yeah, sometimes data interpretation are connected with quantitative aptitude itself. But in CSIR-NET data interpretation questions, almost all the exam minimum one question comes. So you can check the data interpretation chapter recording for more understanding of that also. So today we are starting logical reasoning chapters. So logical reasoning, if you subdivide it again, the major chapters or major topics CSIR asks questions more often is, one is today's topic, sequential ordering. What is sequential ordering? I will tell you. Second is blood relation. The number of questions in CSIR-NET exam is less compared to other competitive exam. Blood relation questions are asked less, but still it is there. So I will just briefly discuss that in another lecture. Another is coding decoding problem. Coding and decoding. A code will be given. Very simple type question. Another is statement related. Statement related again can be subdivided into about directly statement or converse of the statement. About that it can be asked, or truth or lie of a statement. I am combining that into one chapter, statement related. Truthity of the statement, falsity of the statement, all these things comes under this. And something like logical puzzles can be asked. Logical puzzles, like that is like a broader area. Many things can come under this. So mainly these are means logical puzzles means it have observational skill related or observational ability problem also. Due to the number of questions, I may take it as two different lectures, logical puzzles and observational ability. So these are the major types of question in logical reasoning. And the best thing about these chapters is these chapters very rarely have numbers in it. The importance of mathematics to be done or arithmetic to be done is very less. That is why those students who fear mathematics in aptitude section, these are the chapters you can concentrate. If you look at previous CSIR-NET exam, from these chapters, it varies from exam to exam, but minimum 4 questions till 7 questions also was asked in some exams. Out of 20 questions, 4 to 7 questions it can come from all these topics combined. So we will start the first topic in this logical reasoning, sequential ordering questions. Sequential ordering questions. I will show you a question so that you will get a proper idea what this question is. You have to arrange according to some criteria. Maybe it will be the position of the people. Maybe it is the age of the people. Maybe it is the height of the people. Maybe it is according to the partnership or according to the profession. Ordering can be of different ways. So this is one question where it is like in a race, the position of the people is given. We have to just order them and find the answer. So simple a question. In a race, 5 drivers were in the following situation. M was following V. Yeah, here the order in which you are reading the statements is also very important. M was following V means we can visualize it. Visualizing will be very important in these kinds of questions. M behind V we can say. M behind V. R was just ahead of T. The problem is if you stick on to that sentence, that can confuse you because MV are different to people, RT different to people. We don't know whether R and T will be in between M and V or after M and V or one after one before. We don't know anything. So hold on with that sentence. You can think about the next sentence and come back to this sentence. That is why I told the order in which you analyze the sentences are very important to save time in doing these questions. Otherwise also you will get the answer, but to save time I am saying K was the only person between T and V. That is a very important information. V is here. Between T and V means T can only be here because already M is following V. So T cannot be before V. T should be after V. And there should be one person in between T and V also, because question says K was the only one person between T and V. So K should be in between T and V also should be satisfied. Now if you read the previous sentence, it will make more sense. R was just ahead of T. T is here, R is just ahead of T. In the race, ahead of T means here. I am just thinking in left to right order. Again, one more confusion many students can have is, who was the second in that instant means, you may misunderstand the question, whether the question is asking from left to right, right to left. That is where you have to apply the common sense here. It is a race now. It is a race means definitely what we want is, the person who is covering more distance, that is the person who is first place in the instant or first place in the race. Second place means definitely it will be T only. Without a doubt we can say. You should not be confused whether it is V or T. V will not be the answer because it is a race. In a race means the person who is on the front position, he is the person who is the first place. And T will be the second place because he is the second place according to the position they are in. That is why T is the answer. Option C, T is the answer. First person, second place, third place, fourth place, M is the fifth place. That means if we are concluding the race now, M finished last, M finished fifth place. So that is why option C is the answer. Very simple question. So let's go to another question. Here the question is asking about age and height. That is the criteria you have to order these things. Very simple question if you use the answer options well. Some of you are confused about answer options, I guess. I will explain. Here, height and age are the two things you have to compare. But if you analyze option by option, it will be less confusing. Which of the following inferences is certain? This word certain is very important. Certain means always correct, not sometimes correct, not probability. It is certainty. Certainty means 100% probability, not 50%, not 25%, not 33.33%. It should be 100% sure. So let's analyze that. With that in mind, as the data is too much, I will try option by option. Option A is saying P is taller than M. So we are searching in the question whether we get enough evidence to say that P is taller than M. Yes, definitely we will get. How? M is elder to N. Elder to N is age. We want height. So that we don't want. And shorter than K. M is shorter than K is written. M is one person that we are confused about. So we are taking that sentence. Because P and M is what we want to connect. So M shorter than K is a relevant information to conclude about it. M and P are of same age is not needed. P is taller than K is definitely needed. P is taller than K means P above K. Now that proves that P should be taller than M now, because it is height. It will follow transitivity property. P taller than K, K taller than M means P will be taller than M. If your father is taller than you and you are taller than your sibling, your father will be taller than your sibling also. So definitely P taller than K, K taller than M means P taller than M. So option A is always true. From the given information we can say that it is a certain inference. So option A is the answer. If the question have more data, option analysis will be a good suggestion I can give. But I know that some of you got different answer. Maybe you got B option as the answer. Some of you got maybe D option as the answer. That is the only reason why I am analyzing more. Here option A being the answer, to prove it, it is very simple by checking option A itself. So we will discuss a little bit more about option B, C and D. B, C and D is all telling about the age. Age of N. N compared to P or K, or N is the youngest or not. About that, about age we will analyze separately. Now forget about the height, only about age we are concerned about. M is elder to N. So we will represent that M above N. L is the tallest is also written, so we will write L in the topmost position. Sorry, tallest and eldest, that is why eldest, that is why I am writing L according to the age at the topmost position. M and P are of same age. M and P are of same age means MP in the same level we can say. And P is taller than K. P is taller than K, we don't want now. N and K are of same height and K is younger to P. K is younger to P. Yeah, this is the problem that we are going to face. K is younger to P means where you should place P. We know that P should be where you should place K. We know that K should be placed below L, M and P. But whether K should be placed here or whether K should be placed, the second possibility I will write separately so that there is no confusion. L, M, P, N, after N, K can come. That is also totally valid because from the given information we don't know how to compare N and K. Whether K is older than N or K is younger than N, we have no information at all. We only have the information that K is younger to P. That does not mean that K is older to N. No, that is not told at all. Are you understanding? All of you, I'm hoping that you are understanding now. K is younger to P have two variations. Not two actually, there is a third variation also. Third variation is MP and N and K are of the same age. That is also possible. So there are three possibilities. In all the three possibilities, your answers should be correct. Then only you can say that it is a certain inference. Otherwise, it is not a certain inference. That is just a probable, a highly probable or probable inference only. Certain inference means 100% probability you should have. So option B, let's analyze why option B is wrong. I will say now. N is the youngest is wrong because K can be the youngest also. There is a possibility for that also. N is elder to P, it is not true in any of the cases. Yeah, about N also we don't know. N can be younger, N can be older, but that is not always true. Because look at this case where N is younger to P, N is younger to P, N is younger to P. These three cases N is younger to P. Na? So N is elder to P is wrong. N is elder to K. Again, N is elder to K is possible in one case. N elder to K. But it is possible that N younger to K also. We don't have anything solid to prove that elder to K or younger to K also. That is why these three inferences are not certain. That is the relevance of the word. Inferences is certain. Always true. So always true inference is only option A. That is why option A is the answer. Then let's go to the next question. June 2018 this question came. The university needs to appoint a new vice chancellor which will be based on seniority. So here the sequential ordering you have to do is based on seniority. Miss West is less senior to North. So these are just random names. West, North, South, East. They have nothing to do with the direction at all. So West is less senior to North means West will be below North. But more senior to East means who is more senior to East? West itself. West is less senior to North, but who is West itself is more senior to East. That means West will be above East. West will be above East. Now South is senior to West. South is above West, but junior to North. That means South will be in between North and West, we understood. So we have to correct our diagram that North will be above South. North will be above South means we can say North here, South here, then West. So that this sentence, South is senior to West, more senior to West, but South is junior to North. That means South is more junior to North. Sorry, more junior to North means below North according to seniority. So we understood that this is the final arrangement according to the order of seniority. North, South, West, East. Now there is a small twist in the question with which you can miss it if you haven't read the question properly. If the senior most person declines the assignment, if you miss that point, you will get a wrong answer. And the wrong answer will be present in the answer option also. Because the senior most person is North, but North is not the answer because of this reason that If the senior most person declines the assignment means he don't want to become the VC. He is not interested at all. That means North is not interested at all to become the VC. He is denying the offer. As he is denying the offer, definitely the offer will go to the next senior most person. Next senior most person is South. So South is the answer. Option D, South is the answer. Very simple question, but be careful in reading the question. If you missed even one part of the question, you may get a wrong answer. If that is clear, let's go to the next question. December 2018, a question which is very interesting to try. If you are a movie lover, it will be a question which is interesting to try. CSIR have asked this question, maybe because they want to give a question that is interesting for all of you to try. To make the explanation also interesting, I will just show you pictures so that you can understand it more faster. So there are 4 people here. The name of the 4 people are Bahu, Balla, Devasena and Katappa. And they decided that the extra piece of pizza will be given to the oldest person there. That means sequential ordering based on the age we have to do. So who's the oldest person is what we want to find. For that, the information given is Bahu is 2 months older than Katappa. Who in turn means Katappa is 3 months younger than Balla. Devasena is 1 month older than Katappa. From this much information, you have to find the oldest person and find the means. Understand that he will get the extra piece of pizza. So as the 4 people, we will just arrange them according to their age itself. Bahu is 2 months older than Katappa means you can just think left to right or top to bottom. It is according to your freedom which way you have to order them. So left to right according to the increasing order I am writing. So Katappa 2 months younger than Bahu. So Katappa will be before Bahu according to the age. Now, next sentence is saying that Katappa is 3 months younger than Balla. Katappa is 3 months younger than Balla. We already know an information that Katappa is 2 months younger than Bahu and Katappa is 3 months younger than Balla. So definitely we can say Bahu will be 1 month younger than Balla. Again, transitivity property you can apply there also. So we can say according to this much information, this is the order, increasing order. Now finally we can say about Devasena is 1 month older than Katappa. We know that Katappa and Bahu is 2 month age difference is there. Katappa and Devasena 1 month age difference means Devasena and Bahu will be 1 month age difference. So this will be the order according to the age, final order according to the age. In this order, who is the oldest person? Definitely Balla is the oldest person, so Balla will get the extra piece of pizza. Very simple question. I always tell to students that don't relate it with real movie and say that Katappa will be the oldest, so you don't have to analyze. Here they have completely twisted the scenario. So anyway, Balla will be the answer. And I will show you one more question of the same type which was asked in a GATE question paper. Same type as this question. So as a practice, please try this question also. GATE 2016 question paper this is. Okay, as it is the same type, I will start explaining. According to the age you have to arrange here also. So left to right, top to bottom, whichever order you can. I will just write top to bottom itself. So the name are Manu, Shravan, Trideep and Pavan, who should occupy the extra space in the flat. Instead of extra piece of pizza, here it is extra space in the flat. The oldest person will be getting. So let's arrange them according to the order of age. Manu was 2 months older than Shravan. So Manu above Shravan. Who was 3 months younger than Trideep? Who was means Shravan is 3 months younger than Trideep. Yeah, the comma, Shravan, comma, who is means definitely it is telling about Shravan itself. Shravan is 3 months younger than Trideep means, so Trideep will be above Manu also. Why? Shravan and Manu 2 month age difference, Shravan and Trideep 3 month age difference. That is why Manu should be below Trideep according to the age. Now the next sentence is about Pavan. Pavan is 1 month older than Shravan. Pavan is 1 month older than Shravan means Pavan should be here. P for Pavan, Pavan should be here. 1 month age difference. That is why we are placing between Manu and Shravan. Exactly the same scenario as the previous question. They just changed the name, that's all. So who should occupy the extra space in the flat is the question. So definitely Trideep should occupy the extra space in the flat. So option C is the answer because Trideep is the oldest person. If that is clear, let's go to the next question. Another type of sequential ordering asked in June 2019, which is one of the simplest question asked. Here sequential ordering, it is not like who is less than who. Here it is about partnership. Kind of a sequential ordering problem we can say. Harshita, Praveen, Prajakta, Snigdha, Aleka, Anjali. All of you got option D as the answer. Let's try the question now. Very simple question if you understood the meaning of the question. There are 4 people, alpha, beta, gamma, delta. I'm just calling them by A, B, G, D, first letters. If alpha and beta cannot go together and gamma and delta cannot go together, that means alpha beta partnership is impossible, gamma delta partnership also impossible. If these two partnerships are impossible means mission is impossible because 3 people should be sent for the mission. You cannot make a combination of 3 people at all. Why we cannot make a combination of 3 people at all? Because from the 4 people to take 3 people, either you should get alpha and beta or gamma and delta, because otherwise here the question is saying from alpha and beta only one person can be chosen, from gamma and delta only one person can be chosen. That means 1 plus 1 total 2 people only can be taken by the condition given in the question that alpha and beta cannot go together for the mission. Same way gamma and delta cannot go together for the mission. So definitely a mission with 3 people cannot be possible with the given condition. So the mission is impossible is the question. The question just give a build up to the question, and the question is so simple. All other options are there just to confuse you. That have nothing to do with the question. Yeah, the main thing is looking at the other options you can be confused whether there is something more here. Nothing else is there in this question. You just have to understand question is only testing whether you are confident about this topic. Alpha, beta, impossible. Those of you who are not very clear, I will just tell you one more perspective of this solution. If I take alpha, you cannot take beta, na? Because alpha, beta cannot go together. So you have to take gamma, delta. But the problem is gamma and delta cannot go together. So definitely gamma and delta cannot go together means one of these two should be deleted. That means 3 people is not possible at all. Now if you start with beta, then also alpha is not possible. Still you have to take gamma delta, which is impossible to do. So alpha taking also it is not possible, beta taking also not possible means this mission is impossible itself, and D is the answer. Try the next question. December 2018 this question came. There are 4 consecutive days, and from the data you can derive which are the 4 consecutive days, because Monday is written, Wednesday is written, and Thursday is also written. Consecutive means next days. That means Monday, Wednesday, Thursday means definitely Tuesday also should be in between. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the 4 days we are thinking about. Now A was scheduled to work on Monday, but he traded with B, who was originally scheduled to work on Wednesday. That means B was supposed to work on Wednesday, but B is trading that schedule with A, who was scheduled to work on Monday. That means B will take Monday schedule, A will take Wednesday schedule. That is the meaning of trading with B, interchanging their schedule. So after interchanging, Monday B will be working, Wednesday A will be working. Now about Tuesday and Thursday you have to think about. C traded with D, who was originally, that means D was originally scheduled to work on Thursday. D was originally scheduled to work on Thursday, but D is interchanging that schedule with C. That means C is getting Thursday after interchanging. C is getting Thursday means definitely Tuesday D will work, because D is interchanging the schedule with C now. It is understood that C is having a Tuesday schedule initially, because question says D was originally scheduled to work on Thursday. D gave that to C and took that from C. Took which day from C? The only remaining day is Tuesday. That is why Tuesday D is taking the schedule. Answer will be Mr. D is working on Tuesday. In the general aptitude tips and tricks session, I have discussed this question. So in this question, there are 4 people. Who are the 4 people? Alice, Bob, Calvin and Danny. And we want to pair them up for continuing with a project or something. We don't know what it is, but we want to partner them. But there are some conditions given in the question. No pair of students may work together for more than 7 class periods in a row. And Alice and Bob have already worked for 7 class periods in a row. That means Alice, Bob already worked for 7 class periods means they cannot work anymore. We express that information that Alice, Bob cannot be partners. Calvin and Danny have worked for 3 class periods. That is just an irrelevant data because that have nothing to do with the question. And next sentence is important. Calvin does not want to work with Alice. Calvin does not want to work with Alice means Alice and Calvin cannot be partners. Calvin, Alice, Alice, Calvin both same. So Alice and Calvin cannot work together. That much we know. Now the question is asking who should be assigned to work with Bob. Question is asking about the partner of Bob. Even if the question is asking the partner of Bob, don't start with Bob because Bob, we only know one information that Alice and Bob cannot be partners. But if you start with Alice, we have 2 information that Alice and Bob cannot be partners, Alice and Calvin cannot be partners. That 2 are not possible. Alice should be partnered with the remaining 1 person who is Danny, D for Danny. Danny should be partnered with Alice for sure. Alice, Danny should be paired up. So we got the partner of Alice because that is the only option possible for Alice because all the other 2 remaining people, it is impossible to be paired with or partnered with Alice. So definitely Alice should be partnered with D. Alice partnered with Danny. The most important thing is already 2 people gone. The remaining 1 person, it is easy to understand. Question is asking about Bob now. Bob should be partnered with the remaining person Calvin because Bob have no other option. Alice already took Danny because that was the only possibility for Alice. So Bob should take the remaining person Calvin. So option A is the answer. The way you start the question, analyze the question determines how fast you can do the question. Here if you start with Alice, that is the fastest way. If you start with Bob, you will take more time to reach the conclusion. So option A is the answer.